We could be live.
I think we are.
Good, good, good. All right. So Chris may not be here on time. She's doing a oh, that speaker Toastmasters. So she's got a Toastmasters today, some sort of contest or anything. So if she's competing on something, we're wishing her luck. But she may not be here for this particular one. But anyway, the topic. The topic today is going to be on how do you have education should be a budget item. All right. So before we get started on that, I do want to say thank you to all the birthday wishes. While I normally respond to them, things have been a little crazy here. Right. Cecil is in the emergency hospital. He's been there since Saturday. What they think happened is that he had a pancreatitis attack and it pushed him over the edge into diabetes. So, yeah, I'll be doing some extra pet first aid classes to start covering that vet bill, just so you know. Um, and to be really honest with the way the situation is going, I was really fortunate to get him into an animal emergency hospital. In this region, there's two. Like for two counties, there's two. All right. They have. While I was sitting in the waiting, they were turning away people left and right. They don't have the space. They just there's nothing they can do. So there's a huge shortage on that. So if you are not personally trained in pet first aid, I would like really seek out classes at this point. Right? Cecil was not Cecil needed quality veterinarian care for which I will be deeply paying for that for a while. But anyway, how was your weekend?
My weekend was great. It was very productive.
Yeah, totally not productive at all. Nothing. But anyway, so what we want to talk about today is, you know what? I'll go on and on about education, right? And but how do you like plan for that? I mean, I read somewhere that one of the business articles, like from I don't know Forbes or whatever, that they suggest that your business budget should be anywhere between like 1% and 5% of your gross income.
The
So
education budget, you mean?
your education budget should be between 1% and 5%. So if your business brings in 100 grand a year, your educational budget should be anywhere between $1,000 and $5,000 a year, and that should be worked into your pricing. There is also another article, again, probably through Forbes, that they have found that for businesses that invest in continuing education for the employees, they end up the return on investment is like around 600%. And that,
Yep,
I mean, does that sound about right?
it does. And they also showed they generally stay longer, they're happier, way more productive. There's nothing but benefit.
Yeah. And whether the benefit is through because they learn new skills to bring in new clients, or they learn new skills so that you could charge more money, or
Or
you
they're
learn,
more.
or they're more productive. You learn new skills so they're more productive, so that instead of doing, I don't know, let's say 6 dogs a day, now they can do 7 dogs a day. All right. So those are kind of like the benefits of having an education budget, right? That you plan, just like any other expense, whether it's a capital, like, okay, Angie, and I know you've got a lot of business accounts. So why don't you just tell us what your business accounts are and we'll go from there. I'm going to grab a soda.
Okay. So there's the checking account. That's the main account. That's where the bills come in and out and all that. Then there's the payroll account. That's a separate checking account. And then, okay, in order of how they are listed on my account, then there's the oh crap account. And that's the for when something breaks. Then there's the 6 month of bills account. These are savings accounts. And I have 6 months of the total salon bills. And that's for everything. That's shampoo, all the liquid, as well as the hard expenses. So, like rent, oil, propane, water, sewer, um, everything, and then shampoo product, all that stuff, stamps, paper, index cards. That's all in that account, 6 months. So, should something go wrong, and say I get hit by another garbage truck, it could happen. I have 6 months of bills set aside. So there's that account. Then there's the education account. And that's for trade shows, online, all that stuff. That's all in education. Then there's the maintenance account. The maintenance account is to maintain tools like your sharpening for shears and whatnot, for your dryers, for your all that maintenance stuff. And then there's the business savings account, which is after all of those things get paid and I get paid, then what's left over from that week goes into that savings account. That's the extra for who knows, for whatever.
All right. And how do you decide how much money goes into your education fund?
All right. So what I did was I sat down and I went through how much it would be to go, the cost of admission for, say, Intergroom. Okay. So how much does it cost to get in? Well, all me and all of my people have lifetime memberships, so that doesn't cost anything anymore. But at the time, we did not. So I had to say, okay, I need this many $500 memberships to get lifetime memberships for all of us, because in the long run, it'll pay for itself. Now, I also need to figure a hotel room is going to be this much for this many days. For how many hotel rooms do you need? Now, you have to eat. Eating when you are away is not cheap. How many people are eating? Well, how many people are going? So you add all that in together. Now, transportation. Are you flying? Are you driving? Intergroom. We were driving. I was driving. So gas. All that gets added up. And then that's only one show. And then there's the New England show. And then there's the Atlanta Pet Fair. And then there's Super Zoo. So all those prices, all those costs get added into that. And then you have to divide it out by how many weeks do you work. So I take 5 weeks vacation.
All right. So what Angie's talking about when you're setting your prices, again, so you have to know which or estimate which educational expenses are going to cost for that given year. Okay. And that's just not just the physical, right? Because you know what? Online stuff is really easy right now. And Positive Educational Training is offering a summit membership starting in January. So you could attend all of those summits all year long. But anyway, so when you're figuring out your pricing, all right, and I'm just going to do for math, make it easy for math. Okay.
Okay.
So let's just say that in order for your business to run, you have to make $100,000 for the year. Okay. And that includes paying your supplies and all the accounts that Angie was talking about. All right. And you want to take 2 weeks of vacation a year. That means I'm again, math, Angie. Okay.
Okay. For simplicity.
Your mileage may vary. Okay. So, but you want to work, you're only going to be working 50 weeks a year. So $100,000 divided by the 50 weeks you want to work, that means your business has to bring in $2,000 a week. All right. And from there, you can break it down even further that of that $2,000, all right, that you need to make in any given week. So that is, if you're working 5 days a week, that's $400 a day. Okay, so it's $400 a day. I do not have my calculator here, people. All right, so bear with me. All right, so that means your business then has to pull in $400 a day. So how many dogs do you need to do in the day in order to get that $400? Again, ease of math, the numbers are going to be way different. In order to know how much your business needs to make, you need to sit down and figure out all of your expenses, including the percentages that go into the various expenses. Now, for, let's say, your capital, the ones, oh crap, something broke. All right. So for big tickets, what percentage do you assign for that account?
All right. So I did it a little bit different than when I first started out. It was each day my first groom, regardless of price, because when we first opened, there was a big fat goose egg in all of these accounts. I had to put $10 into them to open them. So essentially, it was nothing. Big fat nothing. So what I did was my first groom of the day, every single day, went into Monday, it was this one, Tuesday, it was that one, until I hit my goal number. And when I hit my goal number for my oh crap account, which is $5,000, because pretty much if something breaks and it's more than $5,000, we have bigger problems, because that's the maintenance of the things that I'm responsible for in my salon. So I can replace my tub entirely for less than $5,000. Plumbing and all that is not on me. So, because I have a rented space. So once I hit $5,000, that one dropped off the radar. And then the 6 months bills, well, that was 6 months of bills. So that one was probably the one that was there the longest. But that way it was consistent. And I always knew how much to transfer because all I had to do was look at my schedule. All right, so that dog was $100. That goes in this one. That one was $90. He goes in here.
I think that's a really good way to start building up these accounts is to, so we have the old crap account, the 6 months of bills account, all right? The education fund. We have what else do we have?
Payroll is different, so those are checking. So savings is oh crap, and then 6 months of bills, and then education, and then the extras.
Okay. All right. So what about, let's say, retirement?
That's different. I consider that as part of my payroll, but separate from my pay. So each week, that goes into the payroll account and gets dealt with through the 401k. I consider that part of my pay as a salon owner.
Okay. All right. So how do you figure out so after you total up, let's say for education, what you think it's going to run you for the year. All right. So let's just, what's a typical for you? Let's not even talk about online. Talk about flat out going to trade shows. What do you estimate for your business?
For my business, $10,000 for all of us.
Okay, so that means $10,000 a year has to go into that account.
Yeah.
All right. So how does that money hit that account?
That's Tuesday. My first groom on Tuesday, every Tuesday, goes into that account.
Okay.
So, no matter what it is. If it's a Newfoundland, it's a Newfoundland. If it's a Shih Tzu, which really doesn't happen on Tuesdays. I kind of have a set sort of Tuesday. It's Tuesday. My
Okay.
first groom on Tuesday goes in that account.
So what's your average price of a groom on Tuesday?
75 bucks.
All right. And how many weeks a year do you work?
47.
Oh my God. You know, that is real math. We're gonna let Angie do that.
49, 30, 51, 2, 23.
Hi, Erin.
8, 15. All right, so that comes out to 2,815. That's
Okay.
not right.
No, that's a little bit
Something,
off. Yeah.
yeah,
Something. So how do you get? Okay, so that's just one in there. So you would actually need to have like 5 grooms go into that $10,000 fund a year. Then if it's at 75 bucks.
yeah. Well, what I did was the first year I put $10,000 into that account.
Okay.
And then every Tuesday I put in the first groom until it hits 10 grand. And then I stop putting money in.
Okay.
So,
All right. So, but you're going to a couple trade shows a year, and you're bringing your staff. All right.
yeah,
Let's just say you were going to go to a trade show and you had 3 people, so a total of 4 people. What would you estimate?
local or distance.
Local, with something
All
you
right,
can.
so like the New England show.
Yes.
All right, so yeah, so that's 35, 50, 35, 25. And it does, I do have my big dogs on that Tuesday. So that's 250 twice a month. So that's 500 bucks twice a month that goes in there. So that does make quite a bit of a difference. Anyway, so I say the New England show is $200 per person. Okay. It's a local show. So that's $200 per person for 3 people. That's 600 bucks. And then cost of being there is what, 1, 3, 450 per day. So for 4 days, that's 4, 8, 12, 16, 17, 18, 1,800 bucks. So $2,400.
Okay. And that's for how many people?
3.
Okay. So about 800 bucks a pop.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just say 800 bucks a pop. So let's figure out education for people. Okay.
Okay.
So 800 bucks a pop. Why is there feedback? All right. So let's try it again. $800 a pop for one person to go to a local trade show. All right. And that includes classes. Okay. And if you break that down over 12 months, that's 70, could be 75 bucks, right? About 70.
Yeah.
About 70 bucks. 70 bucks. So, basically one groom every month going into the kitty for your education fund. And that'll get you to a local small show. Right. Then there is online stuff. Okay. And there's lots of online choices. But, of course, I'm going to mention positive educational training because, that's what I do. Right. So now if you were to grab a membership and that is $97 a month, and then we'll just round up to 100 for 100 bucks a month. Okay. So over the course of the year, that's 1,200 bucks. And that gives you monthly online education per person. So for $2,000, Okay. 2 grand a month, I mean, a year, you can have some significant continuing education. All right. That'll get you to a trade show once a year, plus continually online education. Does that sound about right? And 2000 a year, divide that by, that's like $150 a month.
Which is cheap.
Yeah. Oh, you like the new color? Got it done. There's a little pink head in there too.
It looks good.
Thank you. All right. And I got my hair done now because you know what's coming up, the holidays. And either I get it done now. I am not going to wait till, like, I'm not going to be booking the week before Christmas. That's not going to happen. I love my person. My person loves me. But you know what? She's busy.
She's busy. She's good.
She's busy. She's good. Oh, and she was like really cute today. All right. Her price went up $10. And she was like very sheepishly trying to tell me. And I'm like, own it. Own it. You raise your price $10, own that.
Yeah.
Don't give me an option to pay an extra $10. That's stupid.
The grocery store does not give me the option to pay more for my food. They say, this is how much it is.
Yeah.
When I go to the dentist, he doesn't go, I'd really prefer if you paid this for your cleaning, but you can always just pay that. No, he says, this is how much it is. Give me your insurance card.
Yeah. If you don't have insurance, got a credit card?
Yeah.
Because we all know insurance doesn't cover dental stuff very well.
I have dental insurance.
I have dental insurance too. But some of the bigger things, they cover up to a certain amount of money.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
We feel guilty raising prices. I've done a lot of introspection on this because I used to feel guilty raising prices. I don't anymore. I have a sign that hangs year round in my lobby that says, prices will be increased on January 1st. We thank you very much for your patronage. That's all it says. The reason that we feel bad about raising prices is because we think people won't like us. And everyone wants to be liked. We want our customers to like us. So as a result, we want to make them happy. And sometimes to our detriment, we feel, oh, they're not going to like me if I say that. What if they go somewhere else?
Okay.
They're not.
Yeah. So what if they go someplace else? Open it up for people who respect your pricing. All right.
Right.
There was another post that was up on Facebook in one of the groups. I forget which one. But someone felt guilty about raising the price on 5 dogs. Okay. I personally have 5 dogs. Okay. There's a choice for me to have 5 dogs. I did not have to have 5 dogs. I have 5 dogs. I love each and every one of those little jerks. Okay. I love them. All right. Do not ask me how much my vet bill is going to be when Cecil comes home on Sunday. And I was fortunate because, because they were concerned about him being boarded because we were going away for the weekend, that they don't normally do a medical boarding, and they're doing a medical boarding for me so that we don't set him behind after spending a week at the emergency vet hospital. They're not giving me a break on because I have 4 other dogs.
Yeah.
I don't expect anyone to subsidize my lifestyle. I got 5 dogs, and you know what? They have needs. And now that they're all aging out, I'm like, oh my God, I got old dogs now. And the medical bills that go along with that. Okay. So,
Yeah, that's true.
So we had a couple. Yeah. So Tanya is saying she just posted her first price increase in 3 years. She felt like she was going to vomit. Yeah. You know what? I'd say honestly, you need to get over that really fast. Now, one of the mistakes I made which I would do different now if I was starting all over, is I did my price increases every other year. Screw that. Okay. My prices would now, every single year, I would have that same thing that Angie has. Prices go up on this date every single year. You know what? People see
January
that.
1st.
They see that, then they expect it. It's not a surprise for them. All right. And then I used to feel guilty too, and then I stopped feeling guilty when COVID hit. COVID really ran amok over everybody, and not just not just with health. All right. There was a lot of businesses who were not prepared to shut down for any length of time because they didn't have that 6 months put to the side. Right. For small business owners, it was difficult in many states to get help. All right. And if you were of the unlucky, in which you were an IC in somebody else's business, you were out of luck as well.
You
Okay?
got nada.
You got nada. Okay. So I honestly, what I think, so I mean, I'm the type of person, I mean, I always look at what something bad happened. Okay. Something bad happened. Now we have to figure out how we don't make that bad thing happen again. All right, because obviously we weren't prepared for it. So now I need to be prepared because if it happened once, it could happen again. All right. So fortunately, my husband's retired, and COVID did not affect his pension, so that was good. All right. But it for a lot of people, it was really a very rough period of time. But I looked at it that there was a lot of things I was not as prepared as I should be, and you know what? I've changed all that. You know, so charge accordingly. Put up that sign January 1st or whatever date that you want to put up. It doesn't matter what it is. I always did my increases like on April 1st, and my thing was like, yeah, I had my annual meeting with my accountant. Prices are going up, so kind of took it off of me. I blamed my accountant, but even still, at this stage, I would not even prices are going up. End of discussion.
Yeah, I don't say accountant or anything. I just say prices of everything are increasing. As a result, my prices have increased. And so now your prices have increased. That's how business works.
Yeah,
And we leave it open-ended. We don't say, that sign does not say it's going up $5 or $2 or no. My price increases start at $5. I have already notified 3 customers. Your price is going up $15 next year. And they have little dogs. Their dogs are becoming increasingly difficult to handle. It takes me more time. If it takes me more time, I'm getting paid more money because my time has value.
right. And then brings me to another point that is why I went hourly back in 2002. When I left corporate, I went hourly. And the reason for that is I had this reputation of being able to do all those hard to handle dogs that the other shops didn't want. And let me tell you, when the other shops realized that there was someone there doing the hard to handle dogs, guess who was getting all the hard to handle dogs? Yeah, me.
Yep.
And corporate only allowed me to add on an extra 5 for a small dog and an extra 10 for a larger dog. Okay. Yeah, I know. So I figured if I was going to continue to groom those dogs, I needed to be compensated properly for my time. So a Shih Tzu that takes me an hour should not be the same price as a Shih Tzu who takes me an hour and a half. And that
Nope.
price difference should not be $10, or in case of corporate, $5.
Additionally, one thing I notice some folks do that when they're doing hourly pricing is they say, oh, well, my hourly price is this, but he only took me, okay, say it's Cricket. You could literally groom Cricket in about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. However, so I have other short-haired Chihuahuas. and they're like, Katie is literally 2 pounds. She comes every month. She takes me 20 minutes. And I mean, and that's stretching the groom. And I still charge her for a half an hour.
Oh, I see now as a mobile, my minimum charges was the first hour. Always.
Okay. So
And
yeah, but that's mobile. This is salon. And most don't. They go, oh, so she only really took me like 15 minutes. So that's a quarter of an hour. I'll charge
no.
hour minimum.
All
Half
right.
hour minimum.
An actual conversation I had with the dad of a little monthly Chihuahua, short-coated Chihuahua. The dog took me 15 minutes. And literally, I would always schedule that dog on my way home. And it wasn't even like a real appointment because I'm at my last appointment, then I'm going to go groom her, and then I'm almost home. Okay. He goes to me one day, boy, you got a hell of a racket going here. And I just turned to him and I said, would you like to tell your wife that I will no longer be coming, or shall I? And he's like,
No, 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 no. Erase, erase, erase. This never happened. Where's my flashy thing like for Men in Black?
yeah, that ended that conversation really fast.
Now, when I do specialized grooms like cats or rabbits, they pay the full hour, even if it's less.
Mm-hmm.
So, like for a rabbit, because you generally don't bathe a rabbit, um, flyback, rollback coats there. You can put some, cover them in, put water on them, and they will pretty much take care of everything else. They have a different coat type than a cat or a dog. And so a rabbit, when they come in the door for a brush out and nails and scent glands and a picture, you're paying me $75. And they will drive from Connecticut, New Hampshire, and Vermont to come to me.
Okay, and that's going to bring up something we're going to talk about in a second. All right, but I also had two hourly rates. My lower hourly rate was for the smaller dogs, and a higher hourly rate that was for cats, larger dogs, and dogs that I deemed had excessive coat. And I just want to make this clear: none of my clients made the determination on whether or not their dog had excessive coat or went from into the higher dog range. That was
It's
not
not the truth.
but the thing is, I see these on Facebook, and they're saying, yeah, you know what? They were arguing with me because they said their dog was medium and I think it's large. It doesn't matter what they think it is. It's you set your prices based on the amount of time it takes to do that particular size dog. So you get to make the determination on what constitutes a small, medium, or large dog.
Mm.
Okay, so now Angie brought up rabbits, all right, and how far people travel to her for rabbits. All right. So
And
I
then they tip.
all right. And then tip you. Okay. So let's just make mention that Angie is starting to get rabbit programs up on Positive Ed. She has the first one up, and the actual certifications level 1 and level 2 are coming. Okay. But you know what? You can get started on rabbit grooming. And if anybody wants the link, or seriously, go over to positiveed.com, click on library, and just go to the rabbit page. It'll be highlighted in blue. The information will be there.
It's mad money. Mad money. There are 9 million pet rabbits in the United States right now. 9 million. It's crazy. And it's totally untapped. There are no other rabbit groomers in my area.
You know what? So why don't we discuss rabbit grooming next week?
Okay, cool.
Okay. Because we're up on a half hour, and I really like to keep these at a half hour. So we'll be back next Tuesday, and we'll have Angie back on again. Maybe Chris will be here. I don't know. I'm going to tell her not to watch this episode.
You know, the first thing she's going to do is go watch it.
Yeah, of course she is. That's why I'm going to tell her, don't watch it.
Hi, Chris.
All right. So we'll see everybody next week.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for coming.